Happy Friday. Good evening, everyone. Nice to see all of you back again. And every time when I see you, this is when we have our Once Upon a Time. Every Friday, 9 p.m. Okay, this is Irina. So welcome all of you. So very soon that we already entering into this December. And this is basically counting down, to welcome the 2022. Yeah, the last month of 2021. And always excited about this month is because of it's the last month. It's something very mixed feeling because it's like you're going to end soon. So whatever it's not so happy about or whatever is like, things that happen that not so smooth, we want to be quickly go away, right? And then we want to welcome the brand new day. But at the same time, as I say that it's a mixed feeling because it's always like you do not know right in front next year, things what will be happen and how things will be go on. So we're not sure, right? So this is like something like, you're very excited to welcome the new year, but at the same time, you also very feel very sentimental that it's another year is going to be past. It's going to be the past tense. So what I enjoyed about Once Upon a Time is because of approximately it's going into like 4 months already. So 16 weeks. Yeah. So it's almost we have been done like 16 weeks, 4 months. And I think from this 16 times or 16 weeks or 17 weeks, I have shared about my past experience, which I miss the journey so much, about the past journey. And this is something like, oh, another year ago, So today I want to share about the story. I want to bring you back to Laos, and because of this month is actually our traditional trade month, right? So in Southeast Asia Heritage, every month we have a topic to talk to, and usually this is related, to the tourist topic. So TOURIST, and today this month is actually the traditional trade month. And can you have a wild guess today? My outfit. The good new thing is my scene. This is the Laotian skirt. Maybe I can show you slightly lower a little bit to see the design. So this is a typical scene. So this is a Laotian lady dress. Yeah, it's like not necessarily have to be very long, but usually it's you have to below the knee. So it has to be like about 3/4 length. Yeah, and I need to put on my belt. Belt is because of why? Because basically when I bought this scene, I think it's way back was in um, where is it? It's in the capital. Okay, it's in the capital of Laos, Vientiane. And at that time, I think it was way back in 2016. Yeah, 2016. And now it's already like 2021 and soon going to be 2022. And it's like when you bought the scene, usually, why I want to touch a little bit on this textile because I love it so much. And this is purely cotton. And my scarf, okay, this is another scarf from Laos also. It's actually a gift, from my very close friends, okay, from the Luang Prabang, so another heritage town coming from Laos. And this is actually made by silk. Okay, so this is a silk design, and both have a similarity. Is both are actually weighted. Okay, and why today I put on the belt because the good news is I lost some weight. Okay, so compared to 2016 and now. I think my weight has been like a lot of different, huge different. But luckily, I like about this thing is because of it's just like you have to switch some buckle then just re-sew the buckle. You can It's actually adjustable. Yeah, and so that's why I think it's a very practical way. It's a kind of very practical way. I feel like the Laotian way of thinking and their dress, even though how you grow up or how you grow wider or you grow slimming down, it doesn't matter. You just have to either put on the belt and just re-sew your buckle, so everything should be fine, or the button. Okay, then everything will be fine. You will fix it again. Yeah. And today I'm going to bring you not into Vientiane but back to Luang Prabang. The reason why, because I want to bring you to the Rongpabang, I want to share you some very popular, and also I think this is something like everybody visit to Laos. You shouldn't visit and buy their textile, because this traditional trade have been established in Laos for I think for many centuries. Okay, and especially in Luang Prabang, I really enjoy a lot because it's not just an ancient town; it's a UNESCO heritage city, and very important is I think they really deserve something I would say that very unique, which is a lot of people who are very demanding on hand skill and the indigenous knowledge to make a living. So such as like weaving the textile. Yeah. So without further delay, I want to show you one of the village that I visit, not too far away from Rampabang. In fact, interesting is you can go by either by land or you can go by the river. So of course, the Mekong River is so famous. Yeah, so you can actually take a boat ride. It's just like approximately less than about 20 minutes. Okay, and I think maximum it could cost you only about 30 minutes. Depends on the type of the water, and you will came to the nearby this village, and you will witness this. Have a look. I hope you enjoyed that short video I just shared to you. And this is like something very unique, not only just in Rompabang. I still remember when before I arrived in Rompabang, it was 2017. So my very first time when I was in Laos, in fact, was I haven't bought this sea skirt yet. It should be earlier to I think sometime in 2016. Yes, correct. Yeah, I spent about 7 days in Vientiane itself. And I was walking around besides seeing the market that full with the textile of all everybody is selling seam, silk, cotton material. And then I was curious. Actually, I curious about like, so if this is like their national costume, and amaze me is everybody wearing it. Everybody, every Laotian lady will wear their traditional costume, like seam. And this is something I feel like, how passionate and how proud of them. And one fine day, I find a tuk-tuk, which is considered like a taxi, or you can call the traditional Grab driver. Okay, today Grab driver is everywhere, right? Or Uber driver. But during that time, there was no Grab and Uber. And if I'm going to hire a taxi in Vientiane, it's quite expensive. Can you imagine, like just about like few, let's say we talk about 1 kilometers, usually will cost you about like $5-6 US dollar. Okay, at that time. So I don't know about the price because it's such a long. I mean, it's quite some time I haven't visited to Laos. That's why I miss it so much. Okay, and this is what I enjoy about Once Upon a Time because I can share some past journey and some stories that I met. So I met this tuk-tuk driver, and what happened was I just asking with because I couldn't speak local language, and then he speak very little English as well. So I think both of us, I just try to ask him. I say I want to I want to witness more culture. Can you bring me to somewhere or not? And then he say like, okay, culture. So what's culture? So I just point like maybe clothes, maybe food, So I have to use some very common sign language to communicate. Then he say, oh yeah, why not I bring you to walk, go around? So it happened to be, I went to one of the roundabout in the Vientiane Road. Then I saw this a very unique stupa, but according to the local people, there was a very sad story, and my attention was not to the stupa. It's just very close to this a very tiny shop, not to say very big shop, but very traditional wooden structure houses, which is attract my eyes. So I walk in, and I seen like beautiful natural weaving textile. Even they have like natural colors as well. So the guy, the owner, was introduced me and say that. If you want to learn about more, why not you visit, our this live museum? I was like, huh? What's live museum? I haven't heard of live museum. So they told me that, okay, actually there's one lady, she's so passionate about, so she set up her own school, in her own house, and just to teach the local lady who learned to do the weaving. So I went to visit. I was like, that was my first impression, about how this textile or the just making a cloth, to the Laotian people. So they trick it like it's so they are, feel very pride of it. That's something. So I even see the lady who captured the 100 over years house so nicely, and with all these weaving wooden natural machine, and also they're doing a lot of storage. Like bottle by bottle, it's like in a pottery pot. Okay, and at first I thought was like, what do they store about? So then only I realized they actually storing about the natural colors, such as like soak into the leaf and fermented, and some of the wood like the skin of the bark, and they have been salted, and then some they took from some flowers, and everything they salted, like fermented it like for long, and it turns out to be the natural color. So that was my first experience in Vientiane. And then until when I was in Wampawang, so my local friends there, and also come with a tourist guide, Odon and Lay, they love to show me most of the time, the proud of what are their community work, so the local community work. So I think what happened was I was there for a few times, and I see like basket weaving, the whole village, they just weaving the basket. That's why until today, I like about how they support the local, because this is not like only for tourist purpose. This is something like even the local people, they will use the basket as well, for storage of the food, go to the market for as a shopping bag, and in fact the rice container. Okay, so this is I see how the local people actually they support their local product. They don't just only depending on the tourists. So I think that makes it I feel like, so respect. I really pay my respect to them because usually, I mean, in many countries, local product it seems to like only try to capture the attention for the foreigner tourists, and but for Laos, it's a really different. And I really thanks to I think the people there, they really thanks to the environment because they really live harmony together with the environment. Why? Uh, because of their mountains surrounding, especially in Rampamang, so they collect a lot of bamboo. So by using the bamboo, that's how they can weave into the basket and to the different type of the container. And also they turn it into the straw, which is I think is great. That is something like awesome. Then hold on, one fine day he bring me actually to the village we just witnessed in the video. So that is interesting is when I came to know about the owner and why he interested so much to start up this. At first, he also learned from another school. So he went out from his village, go to the Lompamang, just nearby Lompamang city, the old town, and he started to learn from some master about the weaving, and he learned about from A to Z. Even like how they cultivate, how they turn producing the silk as well. So everything he learned even come from the stretch from zero from the cotton and until the threads. They make just like the old lady just now. Actually, that is his mama, okay, his mother. And after he learned so many, after he learned the processing, he learned the skill, and what he actually done is he written back. After I think he told me he learned about for 10 years working for people, and then he decided, in order to change us for good, he want to change because his life had been changed because of learning that skill. So he want his local people, also his women's from his village that earn something, create more decent work and earn some extra income, so that will be helpful, to the family. So he decided that he saved enough of money, then he want to become a producer. So he start his cottage industry just by his home. So just now when you witness those lady who are doing the weaving, and the mama was actually trying to sort it out the threads and make it into bundle, like one corn, like a corn shape, and that's how they will able to weave. And this is indirectly is not just only helping the local to create more decent work, and he actually been collected. uh, he has his like own collection. He also has his like own design, and in fact he's doing pretty well, because after that he slowly gained some reputation, and because of the good service and the reasonable price, and he started to distribute, to other province also. And this is, as I say, that because of the demand also, that Laotian people, they really support back to their local products. That's why they have a demand. Yeah. And I think I was very lucky, because when we were there at that time, when we visit his village, is sometime in 2019, just right before the lockdown. I think it's 2018 December, and 2019 early week. So I spent like last 2 weeks, Christmas in Lompaba, and the New Year as well, before I actually fly to Vietnam. And he was like so grateful, and he showed his passionate, and then he's so willingness to share with us. And that is the next video that I would like to share to you, okay, about some he teaching us and also demonstrating us how to create, how to produce the natural color. Let's enjoy the video.
Okay, our papaya salad is getting ready. Hi, good afternoon. We are now in Ban Park Moon, outside Luang Prabang. To come down here, we have to actually travel on the Mekong River by boat. And furthermore, we have to climb up a slope up from the water into this area. So what you see are three different type of colors. These are actually silk threads. Out of these thick threads, these are actually made from the colors of the leaves. What we have seen here are the indigo tree leaves, the almond oil leaf, and the thick tree leaf. So this is how the villagers actually sustain the weaving in the community, the weaving community, by using colors from nature and actually boiling them into the threads.
So you hope enjoy that. That is my colleague from Brunei, Kamaria. And she was, when we were visiting the village, so we do like a short video. And suppose this is all part of our initiative, want to promote the Southeast Asia heritage whenever we travel around, because we all are tourist guides, okay? And we are actually coming because why we were together, because of Southeast Asia Tourist Guide Association. And that's how all our tourist guide from all over in this Southeast Asia region, especially we also have a unique, what you call the identity is ASEAN community, because ASEAN stands for Association of Southeast Asia. So we have 10 country member states. And Kamaria, she is from Brunei. So during that trip, it's also our 5 country together: Singapore, Brunei, Malaysia, Laos, and then we have one Indonesia. Yes, so we are all 5 country, and we will gather together in Luang Prabang because we want to actually venture ourselves into the model of TOURIST. So this from the old town to originality food, and then UNESCO site, rainforest, island. But unfortunately for Laos, they do not have an island, but we have a water river, Mekong River. And S for spiritual, and then T for traditional trade. So so we using this. What happened was this visit to this Ban. Ban is actually village, means village. So we were actually witness and going through the process and understand how they make the natural color. So I think after that, this visit to the village make us appreciate more. You see, sometimes we love to complain so much about the pricing, yeah, that we always complain about, oh, why this is so expensive, then people would just say handmade, because of the material come from sale, or because of it's made by the cotton. And so, but I think the ultimate, I think in the end, it's important is to witness the process and you participate. So you will understand that to come out, all these are natural color, okay? And even in order to come out this natural color, it's not like you soak into one time and then you will get it done. So usually it like take 100 times of the process, and then sometimes it take hours, it take days, and then you don't have a machine to dry. So you all depends on weather. Okay, you depends on the nice weather to get your things dry, and then after that, after you get the colors, and only you next you talk about how to make the weaving, okay, and then the design. So you have to think of what is the pattern, what is the design. So I always feel, I want to show my higher respect, okay, to these local, especially these are the local artists, and usually their inspiration is really admiring me, because why they have such a creative mind, and why they know, because of this indigenous knowledge that our ancestors have taught them how to be harmony with the natural, because all this natural, every single plant, every single tree, flower, even the soil, everything above, that's what we call the life above land. Yeah, SDG number 15 is so important, because it will help us to live in a sustainable way, because everything is have their function and their uniqueness, right? And I think from that experience, I learned something about, the passion. It requires a lot of involvement. So if you don't get yourself involved, then you don't get the full understanding. Okay, so when you don't get the full understanding, it's hard for you, to appreciate. So I always think that, after this, currently the pandemic, everybody is like still looking forward, that hopefully when we can back to normal. I don't think it's we can back to normal. So we just have to accept and adapt, on this post-pandemic world, and just to keep calculating and reducing the risk. And I really miss, then miss in a way, like I really hope to visit the country, but at the same time, I feel a little bit hesitate to visit the country because I worry I bring the virus there too. It's okay because of this traveling, and whether you will in the middle of the transmission, and whether will we actually make the tourists, I mean we as a tourist will make the local people to suffer if they don't have like a good medical system. This is something I worried about also, and this is reason why many countries are not fully open, and everybody is studying, the pattern of this transmission of the virus. So my message is, I think as a human in this planet, I think in the future when we want to travel, it's not about like where we want to go and what we want to do. I think it's very important also in order to help and to make the local people to able to live in the safest way. So we really have to understand our standard of procedures, and to avoid, transmitted to them. And it's also like our become our duty and responsibility already, not just living in the sustainable way, but also to understand, that's why understand on the why is it we need to take good care, make sure that we have a healthy body. Yeah. And I think all this is something that really challenges to everyone. But as I say, just like me now, I also changing these 2 years. Even though I cannot travel, I miss the journey so much. But I always, remind myself that if I healthy enough, and if I can practice a good SOP, and I learn to understand and the how the virus transmission, and to avoid, to reduce all these risks. Yes, of course I can travel. You know, yeah, so just to have to keep social distancing, and wearing the mask when it's all necessary, and we need to protect, and the people to people, not only just ourselves but to other people. So keep practicing the responsible. And I can't wait, just to go back to visit the village, because I think from this 16 to 17 weeks on this once upon a time, I keep losing out, some good friend. So every time I do once upon a time, and I look at the videos and sharing my experiences, and recalling back what they have taught me, and also try to recall back, refresh back, all these memories. It's something really precious. And I still remember the owner, the gentleman who just demonstrating, and how to make the colors out of it. And he was like puff, 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 and boil, using hot water to boil, I really admire his work, because I feel that he has a beautiful heart. As I say, he do all this is because of he just wish, not only the indigenous knowledge able to passing down, but at the same time, he's so proud, and he always thinking of how to make some good design and a good pattern, and to inspire, and to create the demand, and help their, the villages, not only just the women, but in the villages, to create, more job opportunity, and everybody earn a living. Then I think during this COVID, I think it's the time, as everyone, as a local people, you are sure with locals in somewhere. Don't give up, and don't forget to keep supporting your local products. That is one of the way, to help everyone can able to live in the sustainable way. Yeah. And I think for this weekend, I wish you enjoy happy weekend, and keep following us, and looking forward more stories to come. Yeah. And just enjoy the last video again. Uh, See you next week.